Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read. This one is a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread for your love life. Let's see what's going on or what's not going on at the moment and why, more importantly. Now, this is a timeless reading whenever you're finding this video. It's good for you. You've been attracted for a reason and you're meant to get this information. So I've made 3 readings here. Each one of them has got a deeper dive. That is an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, it could be a story you want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for up there. You can find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below as well. Now, there's 2 ways in which to win a private reading with me every single month. The first way is by being a subscriber to my channel, clicking like on this video, then leaving a comment. That'll get you 1 entry in. Do that as many times as you like on all of my videos on this channel and on my Be Healing Tarot channel as well. And that'll get you many entries in. So good luck with winning that. Second way is by purchasing the deeper dives to these pick a card reads that'll get you entered into the second draw. So good luck. Now all you need to do is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? Crystal is out with the Light Seer's deck, the Knight of Cups. Someone romancing you, huh? Or would you like the flower? The flower is out with the Muse Tarot, which is the Hierophant card, the card of marriage, traditional relationship kind of stuff. Or would you like the shell? And the shell is out with the Tarot of Mystical Moments and the Queen of Swords card. All about boundaries, kind of being closed. Take your pick now. Don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Clicking that subscribe button if you're new, leaving a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me. I do today's tarot every single day of the year on my other channel, Be Healing Tarot. Check it out. I also go live on that channel as well 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show where I give 1 question readings. Find a link for those in the description box below and also up there as well to book in for one of those 1 question readings. I also offer private readings as well that I get out within 48 hours of you ordering them on my website, BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below. And I make 3 of these love pick a card reads a week as well. Let me know what you want them to be about in the comments below. Well, take your pick now. Crystal, flower, or shell, and I'll see you in your reading. So if you chose the crystal along with the Light Seer's Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread for your love life and see what's going on or what's not going on. Crystals. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, you want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. And there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. Camera's not playing. Let's get your cards out. Starting out with a very positive card, but I do want to give it nuance, so I'm waiting for another card to come out. So what is this reading all about? It's about the Knight of Cups. Ooh, romance. So you've got someone coming towards you or wanting to make a move towards you. Knight of Cups with romance, the lovers. Is it romance and is it love? The lovers to me is a card that says this might be a fling kind of an energy, a surface level kind of a thing. Something might be starting off at that. It could turn into something more. It might be more behind it, but it might just be that flingy kind of thing. But it feels very promising and it feels like it could be something really to enjoy here. And will you allow that to happen? Will you allow yourself to get to know someone, enjoy that romance, have that flingy thing, and see if it could be something more? I know, I think sometimes we want guarantees, don't we, before it starts, and so we won't allow ourselves to even go there and let something develop. So what's holding you back? Wow, the 4 of Cups. So you're wanting a brighter, shinier offer than that. So you're expecting something bigger than that right at the start. I don't think anything is going to be bigger than that right at the start, or perhaps it won't be. Sometimes things just evolve. Sometimes we need to get into a relationship to get to know each other and for things to evolve to see where it could go rather than knowing beforehand, you know. And the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is about the universe helping you out to get from A to B, from where you are at the moment to where you want to be. I think I'm just getting this feeling like you guys, you might have had too long to think on this. Do you know what I mean by that? You know, when we're given so much time when one thing ends, before something else begins, like we're single for so long, that it gives us a long time to think on stuff and perhaps too long to think on it. And so then we're in our minds too much. Because there's this feeling with these 2 cards about this holding you back. It's like you're waiting for the universe to take you from A to B. And you're waiting for a bright, shiny offer instead of what's in front of you. Now, I'm not even suggesting to settle. I'm not suggesting that. There's just, I think there's a happy medium to be had here. This reading seems to be calling you to allow yourself to have an experience. That's what I'm feeling. So how do things appear on the surface of it, on the face of things for crystals? Page of Swords and the Fool. So someone, Page of Swords, has got their eye on you, looking from the outside in kind of thing, and they're wanting to start something off with you, so just dive in. Now, they could have this novice kind of an energy, this youthful energy, naive energy perhaps, to get into this. You might be a little bit more weathered than that, a little bit more worn and weary, you know? Wary of just diving on in there. So you might see potential red flags ahead, yet they are all gung-ho, like, let's go. Gung-ho, let's go. What's really behind that, though? That's how it appears on the surface of it, that they're just kind of naive. And that could be how you... So somebody's coming at you here, and it might appear that they're coming at you just for a lover, you know, just for something lightweight, fun and flirty. But there might be more to it than that, you know. And you're thinking, I can see the red flags ahead. They're not really seeing it. They're just wanting to dive right in. What's really behind that? The Star, hopeful. They're wanting to dive right in, but they're hopeful that it'll turn into more. You see? I think you're in a specific situation. I don't think this is general guidance, and I don't think these readings ever are, even though I'm talking to many. I think this is specific guidance for you guys that have picked this crystal this time, and you're resonating with this reading, of course, that you've got someone coming in here, and you could be just thinking, this is just going to be a fling. It's not going to be more than that. Well, this is somebody, you've been alerted to the fact that this is somebody who has got more hope than that hoping that it can be more than that. So, but it seems like they've got some youthful kind of an energy, this full kind of an energy. They want to dive in and see where it goes to. This is someone that wants to have that experience and sees if it wants to get to something more. It's not someone that will come forward offering you more. So the Four of Cups there, you waiting for the bright, shiny offer to come along. This is saying with this person, that's not going to happen because this person wants an experience. They are approaching just with a different rule set. Different game play. They're not playing games. I'm not like with this star energy, they are hoping for more, but they've got a certain way that this is the way that they've done relationships, you know. You get into one and then you see, oh, this could be more. It's growing into more. So something to think on, especially if someone in your life or trying to come into your life right now. I think this reading is saying give them a chance. Anyway, recent past energies. So what's the recent past energies with this situation? Situationship at the moment is what it feels like. Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is fantasy kind of an energy, the dreaming. The dreaming. I think that they're naive, that they're young, that they're dreaming, that this couldn't possibly work. Oh, there's someone that wants to be with you here. And near future energies, what's coming in the near future? The Moon, unknown. Unknown, and it could be emotional as well. They've got different energy than you. Does that mean that they're not a match though? Because I'm getting that you're kind of worn and weary about this, and they're not. They're bright and shiny. And you know, maybe that's the energy that you want. That is a match. You know why it's a match? It's not a match like you're in exactly the same energy, but it's a match. You know, it's all about balance. Two balanced people coming together like this. But if you're out of balance, if you're like worn and weary and they're all kind of naive and eager, perhaps that is the match to bring you both into balance. Perhaps they need a little bit more reality and you need a little bit more belief and trust, you know, and optimism. Perhaps it is that optimism, pessimism, then the optimistic side, you're on the pessimistic side, and you bring each other into balance. You see, we're not always looking for a carbon copy of ourselves, and we can't always manifest that, because if you're a bit pessimistic at the moment, if you're on the pessimistic side of balance at the moment, your true match will be a little bit more optimistic than balanced. I think that's the situation that we've got here. I think this is what this reading is saying. You know, when I was married when I was about 26. I can't really remember. I might have been younger. And I got divorced when I was 30. And when I got divorced, I was jaded. You're going to be jaded, right? I thought I could do marriage, and it turns out I couldn't do it with that person. And I was a little bit jaded. I was a little bit jaded about all the concept of marriage and everything, of course. Now, what happened is I met a spate of 22-year-olds. Like every guy that I met, they were 22, to the point where, like, how old are you? I'm 22. Of course you are. You all are. But they were all very open-hearted and all very optimistic and all of this. And they were a total match. And it's totally what I needed. I needed that lightness, that reminder that, they still had that teenage energy to me, and reminded me of when I was open-hearted. And it was sweet, and it was exactly what I needed for my heart to be opened up again. And I think this is what you need to balance you up. I think it's what you need. You don't want a match to you. You don't want someone coming in all pessimistic. You ain't going to get together. And I'm not even getting you that pessimistic either. I'm just getting that message that you've been too long thinking on this. You've thought about it too long. That's all. So this is about the Knight of Cups wanting to be a lover. They want romance. They want love. Tell us more about this reading. What else is this reading about? And you're on the pessimistic side of balance, and they're on the optimistic side of balance. Nine of Wands. Look at you. Look how wary you are there. Okay, so you've been through some stuff. The Nine of Wands is the card of persisting because you almost healed something here. If you've been healing your heart, and perhaps that's why you've been single for so long, and that's why you've been so long to think on what it is that you want, I think the universe is bringing you along a treat here that could grow into something more. Someone that is on the optimistic side, whereas you're on a slightly pessimistic side, and they're on that means that they're on the slightly optimistic side as well. But they're wishing for more here. I don't think you're that far off what it is that you want here. The Nine of Wands says you're coming toward the end of a healing journey, and to persist, to carry on going. So think on the healing journey there. The cat's having a face off. No, the other one's gone. She had a lunch. I just had my lunch. She's just had a lunch, and then I've given her leftovers to Tom Jones, who was waiting outside. And they're both like staring at each other on this opposite sides of the glass. Because he's not allowed in because he sprays. Okay, what are your fears? That's what's going on in Catland right now. Your fears are the Two of Pentacles. This is unbalanced. You're fearing that this is unbalanced. You think that the red flag ahead is that this is an unbalanced relationship. So you think that you're going to be looking after them. It could very well be that, because I'm feeling like this Fool energy here. You're thinking like they've got a young energy and I'll end up just looking after them. Not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true. I'm not picking up foolish energy from your person here. So you're fearing that it's going to be out of balance. You're kind of preempting that when you don't know. Right? You don't know. Hey, sweetie, come on. Come on. What are you hoping for? The Wheel of Fortune, for change, for the end of a chapter and the start of a new chapter. Okay, so let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to reveal the first outcome card because I'm going to get a full progression of them out because we want the full story on this, right? But I'll only be revealing the first one of the cards, the outcome cards in this reading. The rest of them, the progression forward, I'm going to be revealing in that deeper dive read. I'll also be getting cards out of these decks back here as well to give you guidance on this, give you more information. And let's get into their energy and get some information on them. And you got 1, 2, 3. Oh. Let's get some information on them and put your mind at rest, or tell you what you think is true is true. Either way, let's give you clarity on them. Oh, wow. Okay. Definitely need to get more cards out, but this is looking really good. Okay. It's kind of discombobulated me, this, because this is looking really good, but it's not clear yet on what the outcome of this is. Anyway, Knight of Wands, they're going to be making a move towards you with passion, right? So this is someone that's persistent. This person thinks that you could have something together, but they're not like presuming that you could. They are wanting to give it a go, and so they're going to make a passion play towards you. Knight of Wands, I expect them to come towards you. So if this sounds like it is your story or could be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more, and let's get into this and let's get you more information about it and guidance, possible timelines too. If you're interested in that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device, and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Clicking that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into a prize draw for a free reading with me. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second draw each month. And so good luck with winning those, and good luck with all of this, if this is where you're leaving me. But if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read for even more, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower along with the Muse Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross spread for your love life. See what's going on or what's not going on at the moment. For your flowers, now, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, it could be a story, you want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. So toward the end of reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So what's this reading all about? Let's find out. The Hierophant, long term, doing things by the book as well. Traditions, traditional kind of a relationship, long term. We're talking married, we're talking getting together, dating, getting engaged, you know, all of that traditional kind of stuff, getting married, all of the traditions. Okay, is that your energy? Is that what you want? Something very traditional like that, a traditional path. What's crossing you in this? Okay, the past. Six of emotions, and the Six of inspiration, when you were seen to be doing well, or you were with somebody and everyone said, oh, they're perfect for you and you're great together and all of that kind of thing, and it obviously didn't work out. But everyone else thought that it should work out, and so you will have ended up questioning yourself. Awakening, it's given you an awareness of yourself that woke you up to something. A calling, you had a stronger calling is what I'm hearing. Couldn't necessarily tell that to other people. So on the surface of it, Six of inspiration, people saw you with somebody in the past, Six of emotions, but you were called for something else. You felt a spiritual calling, your soul calling you to something else. You might have got out of a relationship not really knowing why you had to get out of it, but you did. You felt a strong calling, and there's self-judgment about that because other people saying, what are you doing? This relationship was good for you. Now, no one can see inside of a relationship. And I'll tell you what, when we do feel called to something else, and there's not something terribly wrong within the relationship, but we still feel, I've got to call this off, that can be very hard to do. In fact, not just for relationships, for anything. And when you're on the up and up and you're making better decisions for yourself, and we go from living a life where we've got like terrible things in there that are kind of easy to, and it's still not easy, but easier to say no to because we really don't like those things, you know? It's like stopping eating things that we really dislike. It's easier, isn't it? It's much easier than it is stopping things that we really like. But once you fine-tune your life, you get to know yourself better, you're making better and better choices for yourself, you get to a point where that process still needs to go on. You still need to be letting go of what's the worst in your life, but it's no longer terrible, easier to let go of. It's much better. It's much better, and it's something that's like got lots of positive to it, but I still want to move on because it's not serving me anymore, right? And that's what it is. That's exactly what this is. You had a relationship in your past that wasn't serving you anymore, but everyone else from their perspective, from the energy that they were in, thought that you were perfect together and what you're doing. But you had an awakening, you had a calling, a soul calling, that it wasn't serving in you, and you needed to move on from that, right? Now, what's that got to do with the Hierophant? The Hierophant is about spiritual lessons, but it's about traditions too. Now, you might have thought that if you were married to this person, or even if you weren't, you might have thought that you shot your shot kind of thing. You missed your chance, that you tried that traditional approach and it didn't work for you. I'm just getting this feeling that you put it on yourself. You've made a judgment about yourself because of that past thing, because no one saw your perspective of the soul calling to end that relationship and move on from it. So the surface, how do things appear on the surface? You've got your happily ever after and the hermit. Okay, so you're by yourself at the moment and the happily ever after. You got this happily ever after energy, so you're being as happy as you can be, happy enough by yourself and all of that kind of thing, but you're focused on the happily ever after, so your heart being really fulfilled. That's really good. That's where you're at right now on the surface of things, but what's behind that? What's really behind that? What's really behind that for flowers, please? This happy enough by themselves, but focused on your happily ever after, what it is that you truly want. What's really behind that is 4 of inspiration, marriage, 9 of emotions, wishes, 9 of inspiration, heal yourself, the end of the healing so that you can have your wishes for marriage. So again, with that marriage theme here, the Hierophant. Okay, so piecing it together. I think that I'm reading for those of you that have been married before and you kind of feel like you were a failure in that regard because you moved on from it without like massive reason. I don't think like this person cheated on you. I don't think there was anything major. Not that I'm picking up on anyway. Don't let me tell you like there wasn't. If there was, like trust your own story rather than a tarot reading. But I'm not particularly feeling those vibes. I'm feeling more like, and then you blamed yourself because you let something go, and perhaps there's something wrong with you that you couldn't make it work or something like that. So even though you're wanting marriage, you've also got a story within yourself that you can't have it because you're a failure at that. So it's almost like, I want that, but I can't have it. I tried that, I failed at it. I'm a failure in that. And I don't think you're as clear as that in your energy. I am exaggerating these opposites so that you can pick up it's going to be more nuanced than that and it's going to be smaller than that within your energy. I always exaggerate when I'm giving like examples and speaking it out in a reading so that you can recognize the nuance within you, because I think it just will be slight. These things they hide away, you know, these subconscious reasons these subconscious reasons why we can't be married, even though that's what we want. And that's exactly what we've got here. So you're by yourself, wishing for this happily ever after, but there's something inside of you saying, I can't have it. I don't believe that I can have it because I did something wrong before. And that's what it is. And you've got to heal for that. 9 of inspiration says, keep on going with that healing. You're almost there. You got to heal from that. You got to give yourself permission that it doesn't mean that you can't be married and there was nothing particularly wrong with you. You got the awakening card there. That means that your soul was calling you out of that, and you've got to trust that. You've got to trust that. Okay, recent past energies. Is there anything going on recently for flowers? So what this is saying is you're in stagnancy at the moment and you're keeping yourself there because what you're asking for, you're not allowing yourself. Recent past energies for flowers regarding all of this. And the love life, please. Recent past energies for flowers. It's raining really hard. And the cat wants to go out in it. She's crazy. Are you crazy or something? No. Oh, you want to belly rub? You want to go out? No, of course you don't. Don't be crazy. No one wants to go out in that. Okay, recent past energies. Ooh, storm. Recent past energies, please. I'm getting from your cards not coming out that nothing's been going on. 2 materials, weighing up options, muse of materials, someone that's got like very steady energy, stable energy. Ace of emotions, falling in love. I think you could have options around you. These don't feel like the same people to me. Someone feelings for, but perhaps not ideal for you. Someone who perhaps looks a bit more ideal for you, but I'm getting like a boring energy from this Muse of Materials, like stable and kind of good on paper, but I don't have feeling for them. Two of Materials, weighing up my options. Well, I could go with that one, I could go with that one. Neither of them seem like it. You see, when we are in stagnancy because we've got two opposing beliefs within ourselves, like this reading is saying, then that's what you're going to manifest. A match to that is going to be anyone that you can't have, you know what I mean, or that you don't want. And so it's going to be like, but no, yeah, something about them that I like, but it's not it, that kind of thing. So you've been weighing up your options. It's like, should I settle? No, I shouldn't settle. This person I've got feelings for, they're not ideal for me, or they've got some kind of a red flag. This one, good on paper, but not it. What's coming in the near future? The moon, unknown energy. This unknown energy, and this is why this reading exists, is because it's being pointed out that you've got dual energy here, push-pull energy, and so you're stopping yourself from going from where you want to go. So you've got more of the same, more of this uncertainty energy coming in. And if that is what has been going on for you, like people coming in, but there's something attracting to you, but other things that are repelling you, this is why. So what else is this reading about? It's about the Hierophant. It's about you wanting marriage. This is the fundamentals. This is not saying that you're kind of opposed about relationship. This is saying it's marriage in particular. It's marriage that you've got a problem with. You being married that you've got a problem with in particular. This isn't saying like you've got the energy of I want a relationship but I can't have a relationship. This is the energy of I want to be married but I can't be married. The Star, but you're hoping. You're hoping. Wishing and hoping, says the Star energy. Okay, so that's strong, that's good. What are you afraid of? The Wheel of Fortune. Fate. Why would you be afraid of fate? Are you fated to be by yourself? Or fated that fate missed you out? That like the universe has forgotten you? I don't know, it could be that. What are you hoping for? What are you hoping for? The Magician, to manifest this. So you're trying to manifest it. Good. So there's a definite need here for you to heal that, whatever reason you think that you can't get married or that you failed in the past and that hasn't changed, whatever that is, and you need to rewrite that belief about you and marriage. So let's get your outcome cards out. I want to get a full progression of outcome cards out to get the full story for you, but I'm going to reveal only the first of them in this reading. The rest of them I will be pulling out, revealing to you, showing you in the deeper dive read, in that extended reading, along with pulling cards out of these decks and more decks that I've got back there as well, perhaps, to find out more about this and give you some guidance and perhaps get into someone else's energy as well who's headed your way, possible timings, all kinds of things like that. Let's get your outcome cards out first though. What next? Nice. Flossie. She does want to go out. Go on then. She probably needs the bathroom. She hasn't been out all morning because it's been raining. Anyway, she'll probably be back in a minute. Outcome cards, please. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, nice. 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 9 outcome cards out there. let's put those there and reveal the first one. The first one is Justice. Justice card is, this is what I was getting because I was kind of channeling while I was waiting now for the cards to come out. Someone's going to come into your life that is a really good match to you. This Justice card is going to reveal to you what's going on here. Some of you are already attracting people like this. People that can't be with you because of marriage, because they can't get married, or they're already married, or they weren't married, or whatever it is. You're already attracting this. You're going to attract someone else that can't as well. Someone that is, the universe has been trying to show you you've got a problem about marriage. So what you're asking for, you're not allowing yourself. And someone else is going to come into your life, Justice, perhaps with an even more specific nuance about their situation that's going to show you. You know, the universe is trying to uncover this belief that you've got within yourself about you and marriage and how it cannot be. And so someone's coming in to show you more about that. Right? So that's what I've got. And then the rest of these, if you want to find out what they are and you want to find out more about that person, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. And there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. There's the cat. 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shop. Click on the flower. On a device, it can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device, and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there, clicking on that subscribe button if you're new, leaving a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second draw too. But if this is where you're leaving me, then good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me for more information, and let's get deeper into what is that belief, and how is this person going to show you what it is in that deeper dive. I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose this shell along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread. Find out what's going on in your love life, or not going on in your love life at the moment. Now, as usual, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. If I've got brown teeth, it's because I just had a piece of chocolate. Okay. Got to make myself feel better on days like this. It's pouring with rain. Queen of Swords is what your reading is all about. The Queen of Swords is no. It's like, it's the card of no, of like boundaries, of no, of being hard, cold, that kind of thing. Or perhaps that's the way that you're thinking. Now, what I know of like the healing journey is that it involves, once you've healed yourself, like soothed yourself and all of that, there comes a time when it's time to empower yourself, and we've got to start standing up for ourselves and like putting our foot down and stuff like that. And when you start doing that, you start to feel like the cold-hearted you know, you start to feel like that. You do, because it's so out of our usual range that even though we're not even balanced yet, like we're not that cold-hearted person, when we start being all smushy and letting people walk all over us, we feel like we are, even though we're not even at the balanced point yet. So it could be, this reading could be that you're feeling like you're shutting everyone out and you're saying no, and it's like, oh, there's boundaries. I've learned boundaries and now I can't get anyone because I'm the Ice Queen. I let go too easily. I say no too easily, or something like that. But it could be a self-judgment, you know. And sometimes we just need to stop judging ourselves for that. What's holding you back? The Ace of Pentacles. Planting a seed, a big seed for the long term. Like, okay. It's not holding you back, but it's kind of, perhaps you're not seeing the bigger picture of things. This is your story, I think, from what I'm gathering here. You were living life like a regular muggle. And then you realize, this isn't for me. And so you changed your life. You felt a higher calling, perhaps in different areas of your life, in relationships, in your work, and all kinds of things. It's like, no, there's got to be more to life than this. I need to be doing better than this. I feel my soul's calling. And so then you healed yourself. And then you went on to the empowerment lesson and all of that kind of thing. And you've been learning really well. But when you get into that, when you've had all those experiences, and then it's time for the healing path, and then for you to transform who you are like a butterfly. When you're in that puppy, you go from caterpillar doing the muggle life thing, and you've had those experiences, and then you're in your, is it called pupa? Is that what they call them? When you're dangling from the tree, and you're all turned to goop and all of that kind of thing, and you're transforming, right? You're going to have this butterfly life. And this pupa stage, or however you say that, it lasts longer than you think. And so you goop at the moment, and you're like, but shouldn't I be crawling around on a tree or flying in the air or something? Like, shouldn't something be happening? It's like, I'm really struggling here. But it's like, no, you can't do anything about it because you're goo at the moment. You're not yet a butterfly, and you've got to await the process. You're in this process. A seed has been planted for a better thing in the long term. You planted that seed. You thought it was going to come around sooner, right? But you're like, but Clara, it's been years. And it's like, yeah, it does. It takes years. It takes years to become this butterfly. If you'd have known it was going to take this long, right? No, you wouldn't have stayed where you were anyway. I know. So it's taken longer than you thought. But what you've asked for is so much better than what you had. You don't want a caterpillar life anymore. You're done crawling around and doing that. It wasn't up to much. You're like, no, I want to soar. You felt the butterfly inside, that like, I should be flying around. I should be real pretty and lots of different colors and flying around, flapping around with my soulmate, dancing around and doing all these great things. That's what I should be. And so you're like, okay, I'm going to like attach myself to this leaf and turn into goop. And you thought, this will only take a minute. And then I'll be flying around, flapping my wings around with my soulmate. But little did you know, it's going to take years. This process, it's going to take years, and you're going to feel like the frost queen, like you're shutting out because you're unable to move. You're not able to flap your wings. You don't even have wings yet. So how do things appear on the surface of it? The emperor, like this is the female version of the emperor, meaning you're in your masculine energy. It looks like you're in the masculine energy at the moment. So not only are you feeling like ice cold, Piat queen from hell, you're feeling like you're too in your masculine side. So, you're judging yourself much. Part of this transformation of while you're in goo, of empowering yourself, and you're feeling like frosty instead of the old smushy person that you were. Emperor, bringing out the masculine side, perhaps making friends with your masculine side, perhaps making friends with the whole divine masculine and realizing what divine masculine energy is. Perhaps you need to go there and be in your masculine energy in order to know what you want from the divine masculine. Have you ever thought of that? And what's really behind that? So what's really behind that is the heartbreak that you've been through in the Seven of Pentacles from investing too much. Okay. Investing too much of yourself. So there's a story going on here where you are a capable person. You can take the lead. You're a leader kind of a person. And when you do it in relationships, you end up doing everything. So investing too much. And it broke your heart. It's like, I'm investing all of this. They're not reciprocating. Why not? Well, because when we're out of balance, we attract someone that's out of balance the other way. So if you're an overgiver, you're going to attract an overtaker kind of a person. And it's not about two people willing to give everything and overinvest. That's not what you want. You want two balanced people coming in. So it wasn't just you, it was them too. And it wasn't just them, it was you too. There's something here about a process that you're in, a healing process that you're in at the moment, a transformation process. It's got to do with masculine energy, divine masculine energy, both in you and in someone else too. And it's about giving and receiving and all of that kind of stuff. You're still in the transformation, figuring this all out in yourself and what it is that you want right now. The seed has already been planted. You're already on the journey. But you think it's holding you back because you think it would have been way shorter journey than this. Like, if I'd have known it was going to take this long, I wouldn't have started. But here's the thing you would have done. So was your unrest. So was the calling of your soul for much, much more than you were experiencing as a caterpillar. Recent past energies, please. Recent past energies. What's the recent past energies for shells? Sorry. Why do I always want to call shells crystals? The Empress, I love it. So, yes, you've been through the stage where you have been embodying the divine feminine. So that's really good. You've realized what divine feminine energy is, and you're embodying that, you knowing what you deserve and all of that kind of thing, of you holding your energy and attracting what you want and all of that kind of stuff. Yes, you've got that lesson down good. You're obviously in a lesson at the moment about the divine masculine energy, which might be, it's probably a little bit more confusing because I think I'm talking to women, and it is confusing. Divine masculine energy within us and what we want from divine masculine is confusing. But it's got something to do with you not over-investing anymore. Doing too much. What's coming in the near future? Ten of Pentacles, you're happily ever after, building something with somebody, something tangible. What is this reading also about? It's about the Nine of Pentacles, single, independent. It's about you being single and independent. So there's also this feeling here. You're on the path here, and you're exactly where you need to be. But there's this feeling with this Nine of Pentacles here that you might be like, oh, this card again. I've been single and independent for ages. It feels like stagnation, but I'm telling you, there's a lot happening. You feel like a bag of goo hanging from a leaf. It was ages since you were a caterpillar. What the hell's going on? Shouldn't you be a butterfly by now? You're like, what am I doing wrong? I'm still a bag of goo. I've been a bag of goo for ages. And it's like, yeah, but there's got to be so much going on in the bag of goo, right? To make a butterfly. There's got to be stuff going on. The cells have got to be dividing or something. I don't know. It's the wildest thing, isn't it? Like one creature becomes another. It's wild thinking about it. Imagine if we did that. Well, we're doing it. You're doing it. What are you afraid of? So what I'm saying with that Nine of Pentacles, it might not be music to your ears. You're like, yes, this is definitely my story, Claire. What are you afraid of? Queen of Cups. You're afraid of, like, I don't know how to receive. I don't know how to receive. I don't know how to choose someone that wants to give. I don't know how to receive. I don't know how to be in my softness again because I had to learn how to be hard and in my masculine. I don't know. I don't know. I think the divine feminine is calling as well, going, I want to be more in my feminine energy now. I think a lot of us are feeling that now. It's like, okay, I've done it all. I don't like this. I don't like this much. It's what women are saying right now. It's like, I don't want to be doing it all. It's exhausting. It's like being the eternal mother to everybody in the workplace, at home, for partners, for children, just being the eternal mother and doing everything for everyone. It's like, this is exhausting. I think women before, they just used to do it in the home, right? The mothering, they'd be mother of the children, all of that kind of thing, looking after the home. But then we're like, oh, women, you should be in the workplace. So we go in the workplace, and then it's like, no, make the tea, do everything, like run the business and take care of everyone emotionally too, and then go home and do it all at home as well. You're not an equal, you know? There's this like, I can do the masculine thing, but I don't want to going on. But how can you get into your softness again? Because it feels so removed from it. But again, I'm just showing a pupae, you know, full of goo. Like, how can I possibly piece myself together as a butterfly, or even back to a caterpillar? It's just, how? It seems so impossible from where you're at. It's not there. And it will happen. And you're on the path to it. Here's the thing. You're in the process of it at the moment. What are you hoping for? You're happily ever after. Ten of Cups. Your heart being fulfilled. Your match. Like the relationship is a concept, isn't it? That we know. It's like we don't even know what it looks like at the moment because we're still struggling with ourselves right now. But Don't know what the roles will look like or any of that, but we know that that's what we want. We want that healthy relationship, and we deserve it. So let's get the outcome out. I'm going to get a progression of outcome cards out so that we get the full story, but I'll only be revealing the first card to you in this reading, because the rest of them I'll be revealing in the deeper dive read. I'll also be getting cards out, giving you more advice from these cards back here as well. If anyone's energy is coming in and we need to know about them, I'll get nosy about them, and we'll get cards out for them. We'll get possible timings if that is relevant to this reading too, and anything else that I feel pulled to get out. Now, in crystals and in flowers reading, I did get drawn to pull out a couple decks, one deck that I've not used for a long time, but I was getting clearly to get that out. So you never know what will happen in the deeper dive read. So the guides tell me what to do, and I just do it. Who am I to argue? They're the only reason that I can do what I do. Okay, so you got your outcome cards out here. There are 6 of them. First one. Painful ending. 10 of Swords. So, there's more pain to come. But it's the ending of something. You know, the 10 of Swords is often depicted as isn't it a lot of swords in someone's back? Yeah, they're on the floor and they've got so many swords stabbed in the back. It's like all your enemies come out and stab you at the same time. It's like a rite of passage where either things get so bad that you're like, that's it, I'm done with this. Things have to change. Or you're like, there's something off about this energy. There's something off about this situation or this workplace that I'm in or whatever it is. And then when you go, you're asking for that energy. It's like, show me what's off about this. I don't get it. It's like, I don't think I can trust that person. And suddenly everyone starts stabbing you in the back. And it's like, what the hell? You quit your job and then they're like, well, all your people that you thought were your best friends say, don't expect a note of recommendation for your next job. And you'll never work here again. You'll never work in this town again. And you're like, wow, everybody's turned against me. It's something like that. It's something big. Like when you come to let something go or come to face something, it all crumbles. And it's like, poof, all an illusion. It was all an illusion. It's that. You're about to go through something. It's not a bad thing. I'm seeing it like a movie, you know, like when someone questions reality and then it all falls away and goes poof, and it was all, and then they get to see reality. It's like blue pill kind of stuff. When you suddenly realize that everyone around you is against you or something like that, something falls apart. I don't know what it is specifically for you guys, but wow, it's going to reveal a lot to you, and it's part of this whole journey. That's the thing. Interesting. So if you want to find out what the rest of these are and you want all the rest of it, if this sounds like it is your story, it could be a story, you want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there, and there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. It's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device, and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new, leaving a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into that second prize draw as well for a free reading at the end of the month. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly.